Hi guys, this is gsm.com and I'm here with the freshly unveiled Xiaomi 13, not the Pro version because the Pro version looks like this and we've already unboxed it on the channel. As you can tell, it's the smaller version of the phone, but the camera module size isn't that big of a difference and we still have Leica optics available here. Now, the first time I actually saw this handset, one thing dawned on me. It feels and looks a lot like an iPhone 13 or 14 with Android. If you look at the frame, it's clearly why I'm saying that. And at the same time, it feels surprisingly light, well built and comfy in the user's hand, in this case, my hand. Well, we do have a glass front, a glass back, and also a aluminum frame. It's not stainless steel or some other cool material like titanium, it's aluminum. The phone is, I would say, reasonably slim at 8 millimeters and it weighs below 190 grams, better said 185. Now we have here the green hue, I would call it lime or mint or close to it, but there are several other hues out there. There's white, there's black, there's blue, there's red, there's a variety. The price should be at around 600, 700 euros, and I think it's time to get into other things. Like, for example, it's IP68 certified, which means you can take a dunk in water up to 1.5 meters in depth for about 30 minutes. Now, it also has a version with a silicone polymer back, not the case here, obviously. The screen you're seeing right here, well, it's obviously an AMOLED, well, excuse me, actually it's OLED, 6.36 inches. It's right in the sweet spot of making it comfortable, thanks to the fact that maybe it's a bit narrower than other flagships on the market. 120 Hz, all that jazz, Dolby Vision, HDR10 Plus, and as well as a Full HD plus resolution as expected. Now inside the phone, even though it's the smaller brother of the Pro version, we actually are getting a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, which is a pretty powerful CPU, 4 nanometer, and it's basically beaten everyone else in benchmarks except, well, maybe Apple. Now, the device comes with 8 gigs of RAM, but I think we're actually going to have to confirm some of the specs thanks to the app we love so much, IDA, which is available here. Now, in general, it should come with 8 gigs or 12 gigs of RAM and up to 512 gigabytes of storage, but there will be a difference, just like it happened on the bigger model. The difference is that the 128 gigabyte version has UFS 3.1 storage, and the larger storage versions have UFS 4.0. The RAM is LPDDR5, if not even LPDDR5X. Now, getting into more serious things like the battery, not Mariah Carey, the battery, 4,500 milliamp per hour. Honestly, not that big of a difference from the 4,800 of the Pro version. The good news is that it charges at already famous 67 watts via wire, and it has power delivery 3.0, and it even has 50 watts wireless charging, and even reverse wireless charging. So if you put this phone here on the backside, it will actually end up being charged by it if the reverse charge feature is being activated. Now, we've discussed this enough, the core specs. I should probably mention that we have an infrared emitter at the top, we have stereo speakers, one is at the bottom, and I'm guessing that the other one is either the earpiece or this hole here. These two holes are microphone, these are antenna cutouts. I'm guessing this is the secondary speaker or, once again, the earpiece. Now, the fingerprint scanner is embedded in the screen. It's of the optical variety, and I think it's time we will address the connectivity. So we're starting off with the 5G. There's Wi-Fi 6, if not even Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, GPS, dual band, NFC, and infrared. Sadly, Xiaomi once again sticks with the USB-C 2.0 port. They are not jumping to USB-C 3.2 or something like that. Okay, so camera time. Let's start with the front camera, which is a classic 32 megapixel shooter. My guess is that they're combining 4 pixels in one to take 8 megapixel shots. At the backside, things get interesting. We have a triple camera setup with 50 megapixel main camera with OIS. It's not the 1-inch sensor of the Pro version, but still a pretty good Sony sensor. And a 10 megapixel telephoto camera is here as well with 3.2x optical zoom, which, by the way, it's pretty much the same that you're getting on the Pro version. We also have a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, and it doesn't have autofocus, so it will not help you with your macro needs, as it happens nowadays. Since this is a Leica product, you can see here a red dot, and the red dot appears every once in a while in the menus. You can also see the trademark Leica looks. There's Leica Vibrant for those people who like the more vibrant colors, and there is the Leica Authentic, mimicking the classic Leica lens look. We also have the more section with a ton of options. You can take moonshots, you can take short videos, you can take clone shots, full 50 megapixel resolution photos, vlog, dual videos, which means front and back camera used at the same time. There's a night mode, and you can even apply the Leica filters here. Portrait, of course, available once again with the Leica, and you can set up the aperture as you please to create a proper blur. And these are the level of zoom. It should be pretty clear once you get up to 2x or 3.2x, but after that, things get a bit murkier. Considering the CPU we have here, it's expected that we get 8K capture, however, only in 24 frames, because 30 is reserved for Samsung, apparently. Document capture is available, as well as Pro for both photo and video. And by the way, this is the very first phone I'm seeing MIUI 14 on. Not much has changed, except for maybe some icons. These are whiter icons, and you can also see the smart devices here. I expected more changes in the widgets department. I'm just seeing typical widgets. The music one has changed a bit, and also the one for the battery, I think. But we don't have 3D or stacked widgets like we do on the Samsung phones. The best thing about this phone is the way it feels in the hand. It's totally like an iPhone 14 or 13 as a feel and as a look. However, it comes with Android and a pretty potent set of cameras. I also have great expectations from the battery and the screen. That's it from gsno.com. This has been the hands-on with the Xiaomi 13.